We continue tonight here backstage at the Renaissance. Bob France and Andre Knott live at the Greater Cleveland Sports Awards. It's been an outstanding night and a celebration of champions all night long. And speaking of champions, this man has been associated with them for his entire career. I don't even know how many years. I'll let him tell you that. But we are joined now backstage by one of the greatest boxing promoters of all time and one of the greatest champions of Cleveland, the city and its sports teams, the great Don King, with us tonight. How you doing, Don?
Well, I'm doing fine, but thank you so much for the very kind words. But Cleveland is the best location in the nation, and the Greater Sports Commission is really doing a wonderful job of picking out the people that have achieved and are, that is prognosticated to achieve. I think it's just simply wonderful. But I want to thank all the people of Cleveland to give me an opportunity in the land of opportunity to be a part and parcel. My big promotion here was with bringing Ali here to box 4-5 different guys, and it was just a wonderful thing, opening up the doors, because we couldn't get a black hospital in where, Forest City Hospital, was the only one that would service blacks. So we opened the door there, so that was really a great situation for me.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm so glad I didn't wear my jacket like that tonight. It would have been quite awkward. It would have been quite the faux pas, because I got one just like that. And
you had the tie to match.
Are you kidding me? I mean, I modeled it after the great Don King.
Yes.
And for people who don't know what we're talking about, check Twitter in about 20 minutes.
Yes, I already got it. It's coming.
Get it on E-Pro on him and get it with all of these guys on Mount Rushmore. But the one thing I want to say in our program is to thank our servicemen and women who are the vanguard of our great nation, who protect the soils so we have the liberties and freedoms that we enjoy here tonight. Is this ESPN?
No, this is WTAM 1100.
We're the big one,
WTAM, yeah, you're the big one. All right, well, to be here, to be on this radio is because of those guys that put themselves in harm's way to protect the freedoms and liberties that we enjoy. So God bless America, and God bless our servicemen first and foremost. And now let's carry on with the show.
Amen. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who is your favorite boxer that you had anything to do with?
Well, that I had anything to do with would have to be I wrote a little poem. It says, every head must bow, every knee must bend, every tongue must confess thou art the greatest of all times, Muhammad Ali. And so that would automatically say something I have something to do with. I wear cufflinks of Sugar Ray Robinson. I think he was the best boxer of all times. And I think that Ali would emulate and imitate Sugar Ray Robinson being a middleweight as a heavyweight. That's what made him so good. He said he would make all type of little phrases and things, how fast he was, And so, he'd say he could turn off the lights and get in the bed before the room got dark. So it was really a thrill to be associated with him and to be working with the people of Cleveland, and working for a better Cleveland, a better America. It's just been a fantastic experience for me.
Don, when you talk about Muhammad, my gosh, the memories I think every fight fan has. And then you look at him today. And we all hear that, don't let outward appearances fool you. His mind is still as sharp as ever. He can't communicate it as well because of the condition and the handshake and everything else. But you know him, and you are closer. How is he, and how is he handling his condition when he used to just thrive on his image and his public presentation to be the way he is now?
Well, he's a champion. He's a man that was stricken with a disease called Parkinson. And again, I think that years ago, we had found a doctor out of Mexico. And this doctor was curing all of the farmers and different people that was afflicted by the disease in Mexico. And we tried to set up something for him with Muhammad. And whatever the reason, you always find, things like what Shakespeare would say, jealousy, trifles light as hair, to the jealous confirmation strong is holy writ. All right, but little things that do it, they prevented us from doing it, in other words. And so now this same guy, he's head of one of the big hospitals in America, in Chicago, chief guy. It could have been a lot different. But back to Ali. Ali has Parkinson. Howard Cosell had Parkinson. Howard Cosell could shake up a martini without just by putting the glass in his hand. You know what I mean? And we all came together, and Howard was inimitable and incomparable in his thing, telling it like it is. You know what I mean? And so Ali and him played off of one each other. But one thing that happened, Howard was the same way that Ali is, but Ali just continues to go on as a champion, and we're going to knock out Parkinson. So we're going to continue to fight and raise money and to be able to strike a devastating blow against Parkinson.
If Don King was doing the Chamber of Commerce for Cleveland, Ohio, what is the best thing for you that always rides with you, that always makes you remember Cleveland and really has helped build you as to who you are?
Well, people power. You must understand in Cleveland as any other place, the only way you can understand another person is to walk in their shoes, you know what I mean? To have, want to see what they see is to borrow their eyeballs. So you got to have that word inclusive. Inclusive and respect, for culture, where they come from, what they represent, and then you can be able to deal with them. Other than that, you can't deal with them with patronizing condescension, looking down to them. You got to be able to talk to people, and you be able to give them uplift, inspiration, motivation, and create wisdom and understanding, togetherness. And so, when we do that, that's when we make the change. But you got to knock that color barrier out, because that color barrier is deeply embedded, and it causes people to do things that they would never do under normal circumstances. But if you've been taught from the womb to the tomb that something is wrong with this here and this color causes all of your problems, then that's what you get caught up in. So we got to fight like our Jewish friends had to do with the swastika. We got to do the same thing to blow it up on. They did this in Nuremberg, and they put the swastika up there in Nuremberg field there and Zeppelin field, and they blew it up. We got to do the same thing with the 3/5 compromise in our great nation. The 3/5 compromise says 5 black men makes 3 white men. Now, but the 5 black men, they can't vote, they don't exist, they can't sit on a jury, they're disenfranchised. You know what I mean? So we got to knock that type of thing out. They say, well, we did that with the 13th, 14th, and the 15th Amendment. Not so. You know what I mean? Stopped involuntary servitude, you know what I mean? And they come up with the 14th Amendment, giving you the right to have the right to vote, but you don't get it. And then you come up with the 15th Amendment, giving the slave the right to vote before they gave the white woman the right to vote. So we got to change all these different things here, man. But it's going to take the effort of symbolism to make it happen. And that's what makes it in sports, because they bring people together, all walks of life. They may not even like you, but you got to always think about Paul Bear Bryant. You know what I mean? I got to give me some of them niggas. You know what I mean? When they kept the beat, when they beat him in that big game, he said, oh, no. I don't care about this racial prejudice. Get me some of them. You know what I mean?